Hello and welcome. My name is Kathy A and I thought I would do a mid-month review of products because we have a lot of stuff coming up. Next weekend I will be at IMATS in New York, which is the International Makeup Artist Show, or something like that. Anyway, I'm going to be there on Saturday. I'm not sure if I'm going to drive the Shadow up or if I'm going to take the train, but I shall be in New York City on Saturday. And on Sunday, of course, is the big launch of the Game of Thrones makeup line, and it's also the premiere day of Game of Thrones, and the Budman and I are working on something because hopefully I will make it in time, but I am going to be buying the Game of Thrones makeup collection, so we'll see what happens there. I'm budgeting this month and it's really difficult because there's so many temptations out there. I don't know where I heard this. It was somewhere on YouTube because I do watch other YouTube videos all the time. I watch other makeup videos, but I also watch like 5-minute crafts and Motivational Doc, Dr. Mandel. He's just fabulous. He incorporates natural foods and natural remedies to things. I believe he's a chiropractor by his medical trade, but he is pretty broad spectrum. He talks about weight loss. He talks about dealing with skin issues, with posture issues. He's just really good. Anyway, off subject there. This is sweet orange oil. This is a natural oil, and I put a few drops of this into about half a cup of white vinegar, and I put it in the laundry along with the laundry detergent and everything else, and it makes clothes smell wonderful. It's just an odd little thing. Okay, everything else is makeup or skincare. I was recently in New Jersey and we traveled. Since we were traveling, I had to bring stuff with me, and usually I'll just use whatever they have in the hotel for like body wash and shampoo and things like that. It's a good way to try things out. And I was really surprised at this. This is a Paul Mitchell. This is a tea tree lemon sage body lotion. And it was in the hotel, and I'm like, wow, this was great stuff. When I put that on, it absorbs quickly, it smells nice, there's a little bit of a citrus smell there, but it's just pleasant. And it was just a nice find in a hotel of all places. So the Paul Mitchell, they also had Paul Mitchell shampoo and conditioner, which were, they were just okay. But this was good. They're calling it a body lotion, an energizing body lotion in lemon sage. And that was really, really nice. What a nice surprise from the hotel. So Olay has come out with several new products. They're all in kind of the $32 to $40 price range, which I thought was a little hefty, but I will try the red one, which I believe has an SPF added into it of 25, which is not bad. I mean, when you see an SPF of 15 or 20, it doesn't sound like a lot, but it's actually blocking like 93% of the UV rays. So it's no small stakes. It sounds small though, because we always think of 15% as like not very much, but so when you get up to like 50% or whatever, it does not go up that much. As far as going up to 99% or 100%, nothing is 100% blockage. So anyway, Olay, yes, they put out these Regenerist wipes, and these are wet cleansing cloths, and basically you can just use them straight out of the package. And because I was traveling recently, I decided to bring these with me, and they work quite well to get the makeup off. Mascara, if you use it a little, pull on the actual lashes so that the mascara comes off on it. It's okay. These work pretty well. I think that this is a great option if you're lazy at night, or if you drink and you need to get your face clean and you don't feel like going through the whole routine with the cleanser and the moisturizer and toner, all that stuff. This kind of does everything in one. I don't use these every single day, but I do use these once in a while when I'm feeling lazy. These are the Olay Regenerist cleansing cloths. Now this one is interesting. This is one of the whips. It was one of the cheapy ones, so I thought I would try it. It looks like shaving cream. It looks like a shaving cream dispenser, but it comes out as a cream. And when you're supposed to put it in you're supposed to wet your face, and you're supposed to wet your hands and put it in your hands and whoosh it in, and it's supposed to make kind of a foam, and then you wipe it into your face, and you feel all these little grits. It's gritty. and it's a creamy gritty feeling. And I, you know, was doing it. I thought, oh, that's nice. It's exfoliating, whatever. I had an awful time rinsing it off. You actually do need to take it off with like a face cloth or flannel, as you call it in the UK, or you can use some tissues and then rinse, rinse, rinse. Well, I didn't rinse it all, and I'd gotten some along the edge of my hair. I didn't think that much of it, but when I was putting my makeup on, I flipped it over to my 8x mirror. I'm looking in there, I'm like, what are those flecks? They're these little white things. They look like insect eggs all over the edge of my face where I couldn't wash it off. But there's these little white particles in the cream, and this is the Polishing Cream Cleanser. It's a double-edged sword because, man, it really exfoliated well because my makeup looks so smooth after I used it, but I had a heck of a time getting it off. So I don't know recommending it or not because I really like it. I like the effects of it, but rinsing it off was a drag. So I do use a tissue to take it off, and I rinse like crazy. I think this is better served in the shower where you get a lot more water on. So I think this is a great product. It works really well. My skin has had less dry patches since I started using this. So this is, I guess I can recommend it. It's just that it was so hard to rinse it off and it had all those little flecks. I don't like flecks. So this is a limited product to use. This is a deep hydration regenerating cream from Olay. This is the white. It's actually a night cream. They say you can use it morning and night, but the first time I used this, my makeup pilled. The primer pilled, the makeup pilled. It made all these little dots with my makeup, so it doesn't work well underneath makeup. So this is more of a night cream. And it's a shame because it's very hydrating, and you can tell it's very hydrating. But I tell you, when you try to put something over the top of it and it pills up like that, and it was an obvious pill, immediately pilled up anything that went over the top of it. So this was not, I can't really recommend this because I've found other night creams that work better. They play well with others. This one does not play well with others. So this is the Olay Deep Hydration Regenerating Cream. Wet n Wild, I think it was Walgreens. They had a like buy two get one free thing, so I thought I would try this because I do like lip scrubs. You can just make your own with a little bit of honey and sugar, you know, and just kind of swirl in. You put a little bit of olive oil in there or something, you could swirl it in there and do the same thing. However, this was flavored like watermelon, and it does. It smells like watermelon, but what I found with this is that it's a dark, bright pink color, and when I'm rubbing it into my lips, I didn't realize it, but there's a light staining that goes on. And where I really noticed it was in the shower. I used it in the shower. I figured I used that stuff with the little flecks in it in the shower. I used this scrub too because it was pink. Well, I have all these pink droplets in the shower where it landed and stained. It stained. So I can't really recommend this, although it tasted good. It tasted like watermelon candy, and it worked fine. I think all lip scrubs pretty much work well. I mean, it's really hard to find one that doesn't. And why would you use a lip scrub? Well, there's a lot. If you have chapped lips like I do, or rough lips from the winter time, or if you do a lipstick tutorial and you show 12 different lipsticks and take them off, the next day your lips are like crazy. So I put some lip scrub on and it works nicely, but it stains. So be careful when you're getting these lip scrubs that you're not getting anything with too much color to it, because you may just pick up on the color. And also, if you're using it in the shower, be aware that it will stain the shower floor. So that was Wet n Wild. I did get a gift set with a recent order from, I don't know if it was Ulta or Sephora, but I got a gift kit. Yeah, it must have been Sephora. I got the set from TARTE, all the rainforest stuff. And I'm really liking this. This is the water serum. It is called Mermaid Skin. And it's basically just a light oil-based, very nice hydrating serum. And I wash my face, I exfoliate, I add some of this, and then I put my moisturizer on. And right now I've been using this moisturizer. This is the Rose Deep Hydration from Fresh, they're called. Really, really nice. And my skin has been looking great. For my eye cream, I've been using the number 7 eye cream, and that is the Triple Action eye cream. That's been great. Let's get into concealer. The new one I tried, I mean, I had tried the makeup before, but I hadn't tried the concealer before, and this is the PERRICONE MD No Makeup Concealer. I just got one shade, is called Light, and you have to unscrew it. You don't just pull it out, and it is a doe foot applicator. There's color to it, so I don't see, it's not really no makeup makeup. It does sheer out if you've got some severe discoloration under your eyes. It's not going to work well. So it's more of an under eye brightener rather than an under eye concealer. It did not cake up on me, so for that reason it was nice. It did brighten slightly, so it worked for me, but if you have a lot of darkness under your eyes that you need to cover, you may not like this. But the good part about this is it is age friendly and it won't sink into the cracks. I mean, I did the whole thing where you're tapping it in, then you put some powder over it real quick. It worked nicely for that, but I just couldn't recommend it for coverage as far as your color correcting goes. I think you would need to use a separate color corrector in a light peach or peach if you have darker skin underneath, and then put this on, and it'll work fine. I think that it layers up nicely. Once again, in my Facebook feed, I'm always getting the makeup or those shaper girdle things, you know, and the girls are dancing around, they're real like lumpy, and then they pull this thing up and it pushes it all into these compression garments, I guess they're called. I also get feeds for makeup, and this is the Omnie Beauty Cover Perfection the Magic Concealer. Now it showed this woman, and I'll see if I can get a clip of this, but it showed this woman with tattoos on her hands, and they just kind of painted over with this stuff. They painted over the tattoos. You couldn't see the concealer, that it was cakey or anything, and you couldn't see her tattoos anymore. So I was quite interested in this. Now, it comes in a tube like this, and they're calling it a foundation concealer, but I got probably a darker color than I would if it was just going to be a concealer, but I thought I would use this as a foundation as well. It goes on patchy as a foundation, but as a concealer it works really well. So I think their claims of it concealing nicely without being patchy are good. It does cover over age spots really well, but as an all-over facial foundation, this is not going to do it for you. But for 15 bucks, I'm pretty happy with this stuff, so if you want to get the trial, this is the medium shade, and it's quite light. I was really surprised. It comes in a tube, and this is medium, because I looked at their chart, and the medium is, look how light that is for a medium. So it goes on very, very nice. I don't really have anything to show you. Maybe this, but you just tap it into your spots, and it stays put. It's really, really a nice product. So I'm not going to throw shade at it because I do like it, and I think it does do what they say it does. But as an all-over foundation, again, I don't think it looked that great, and it seemed to take a lot of it in order to blend into my skin completely. So I wouldn't use it as a foundation, but as a concealer definitely, and it does conceal age spots and veins on your eyelids if you have them. So Omnie is the name of the brand, and the Cover Perfection Magic Concealer. And if you have a Facebook feed like mine that gives you makeup and girdles and things, you may see this, and you'll see the lady with the tattoos. So look for that. 16-hour wear from Maybelline. This is the Superstay Powder Foundation. It comes with a sponge. It has a mirror on the inside bottom, which is very weird because you have to go in up here and then you have to open it up to see the mirror to do, you know, the makeup. Just as you would expect, it's extremely drying. I didn't think it did very much for my pores either. I wasn't expecting much from it, and I didn't get very much delivery on this. I think that if you have really oily skin, you may find you like this. I found that the shades were very confusing. This shade is number 130, and it's called Buff Beige, and it was like a medium light, and it wasn't too warm and it wasn't too pink. It was kind of a neutral, bright kind of shade, and it was too light for me, and I thought, well, that's weird, because there were like 6 shades under that, and I'm usually like the second one in, but I think this comes in like 30 shades, so that's probably part of the problem. I had a hard time deciding what was my shade, and I did wind up picking something that was too light, so I don't know. I just can't recommend it for anybody with dry skin, but somebody with oily skin, you know, maybe it'll work for you, but it didn't work for me. Kohl's had their big sale, and I had Kohl's Cash, and I had all that stuff. So I went and I always look around, you know, the section. They have Mally there now, they have BH Cosmetics, and they have the Balm. And I had heard somebody else talk about this bronzer. It might have been Lisa J or somebody like that. This is Take Home the Bronze, and the shade is Oliver, which is the lightest shade. It's a matte bronzer, comes with a mirror, but this is like a wonderful bronze. It's a very light shade. It's subtle. You can put it around the edges of your face. You can put it into the, you know, do the 3 thing with it. It's just a very, very pleasant color, very nice bronzer. I use it. It's the only bronzer I have right now, except for one that I have in the trio here. It's very, very nice, and I think the quality is excellent with the balm. I think that they're not talked about very often on YouTube, and it's a shame. I mean, they had a phase there where everybody was liking their stuff, but I think the palettes, you know, with the boys and the girls and all that stuff. But there's so many palettes out, and there's so many new products from other lines that they're kind of getting shoved to the back of the drawer, so to speak. So I like this a lot, and I think it's well worth checking out. I know that they're going to be at IMATS next weekend, so I'm going to see if they've got anything new. Jane Iredale. I'll try to point it up here. I'll try to put it up here for you to see. Jane Iredale is a natural makeup company. They've been around for a long time, extremely age-friendly, and I think actually rather than focusing on very young people, they actually focus on the mid to older age range of clients, and I think that they've got an exceptional line of products. And I reached out to them and asked them if I could have some stuff, and they did send me a couple of things. I am not paid, I'm not getting commission, I'm not getting any credit even actually for this, but they did send me, let me show you first. This is so pretty, the packaging. They're an all-natural line, cruelty-free, and they do a lot of donations to charities and things like that. This is a beautiful contour palette, and this is the deep shades. And I think you can get them in lighter shades. I've got it on today, and I think if you use a brush sparingly, you can make it work regardless of how light or dark you are. This is the darker shade. This blush, little goes a long way. Oh my gosh. Now, if you have darker skin, this is perfect for you. If you have medium skin, I think you can make it work. As a lighter skinned person, I think I have to wait till summer when I've got a little bit more color, but I do have it on now. It's just pretty. This is the highlighter, and this is the contour, or you can use it as a bronzer if you have darker skin, but this is a really, really pretty combination here of blush. For summertime, it's a nice warm to neutral tone, really, really pretty. Great compact, very slim, so it fits in your purse easily. I think it's great. There was also another blush. This is called Sunset from Jane Iredale, or Jane Iredale as the website goes. Really pretty. This is a slightly lighter shade. Very, very pretty. Again, really highly pigmented, natural mineral makeup. It's really, really nice brand. And I did a docutorial on this brand, and I'm really impressed with the company. They haven't sent me anything before. And in fact, when I did the docutorial, which I'll put it at the end too, it'll be a card at the end that you can click on, it'll take you to it. When I originally did that, I had to buy all the stuff myself. I didn't get sent anything. So I thought it was nice that they sent it kind of after the fact. They sent me a couple of blushes and things, but this is a very pretty blush. Again, it's more of the reddish neutral tone, and I think if you have medium to darker skin tones, you're going to like this. And I think it's very, very forgiving in an age-friendly sort of way. So keep an eye on that. Cargo. That's another brand that doesn't really get talked about a lot. I think this is Tonga. This is one of my favorite blushes of all time, and it's called Tonga. And that is from Cargo. This is a very subtle, light, natural, flush kind of color. It's so gentle and delicate, and it's just a nice, if you don't want to wear a lot of makeup or look like you're wearing a lot of makeup, this is the perfect blush. And there's a ton in there. It's a nice sturdy case, good for travel. This color is called Tonga, and I believe in Kohl's you can find this on sale right now. So this is in the clearance aisle of all places. I don't know if they're gonna, you know, thin down the herd or what, but I like Cargo a lot, and they wind up in TJ Maxx a lot. I noticed their eye palettes especially wind up there. I see them there all the time. And I don't know, maybe it's the color combinations or they just rotate the stock often. I know they do a lot of limited editions. Brow products. I did get something from Jane Iredale, and this is Ash Blonde. And this is a brow powder and wax. Really, really nice. Oh my gosh. And you've got this cute little brush here. You can see it. You've got a brush in the middle. It's a dual-ended. So on one end you've got the where you can do the little hairs on your brow and fill in. It's a really nice brow powder. The Ash Blonde is perfect for me because it's my color. And on this end, you've got this white wax, which you can, it's a clear wax. You can just brush it through your brows to keep them in place and up. And it's just an all-in-one little kit. You've got a mirror here. Beautiful packaging. Again, Jane Iredale is just a gorgeous line, and I don't talk about it a lot. I should talk about it more. I think that it's just a nice, fresh, honest, natural company. Very green. You're not going to find pollutants in here. And in fact, I think on the video, I hope it's still there, but she demonstrated after she'd had laser skin surgery, she put her own makeup on over the top of it while it was scabbing over. And I mean, you've got to trust a product to when you're putting on, when you're healing from skin irritations, you've got to trust a product if you put it on over that, and she trusts her product enough. You know, it's like the people who make the dog food and eat the dog food, they trust, you know, you have to trust them. WUNDERBROW, it's made in Germany, and there's several different versions of this. I got the wrong one for me. One end on this is a thin pencil, and this is in blonde. And then if you turn it around, the other end is kind of a slanted thing, so you could do, you know, you can make the slanted things. What's disappointing about this is that there is no brush. There's no like brow brush. So once you get everything in place, I like to brush things up and make them look a little more natural. And unfortunately, this doesn't have that. But WUNDERBROW has some beautiful brow products. I just happened to get the wrong one that doesn't have the brush with it. Now, Pure makes a really nice line of makeup as well. And they're featured in Kohl's, and I think this was also in the clearance rack. This is the Pure, I believe this is blonde. Now they have a brush on theirs. It's a weird kind of comb brush. And on one end they have a highlighter, which is kind of a light pink highlight you put underneath your brow and over the top. And on the other end they have the actual brow color, which is a very pretty kind of golden blonde color. And then they have the brush, which, you know, you can just brush it up. I believe this was on sale for like $7 in the clearance aisle, so it's something to check out. But it's called the Wake Up Brow from Pure Cosmetics. Let's move into eyeshadows. I was demoing a basic eye recently with drugstore, and it really is based, your basic eye really is like 3 main colors, and then you can kind of add things to make them fancy or change it or alter it. And these are the 3 colors. This is a Smashbox palette, and this is just called Nude Photo Edit Eyeshadow Trio, and this is Nude. And it's absolutely a wonderful palette. It has everything in it you need. It has your base matte lid shade. You can take that all the way up to the brow. It's got this shade here, which is your crease shade just above the mobile lid, and then you have this dark shade which is under here, and you can also use either of these two underneath as a shadow liner, and you've got a perfect basic eye. You can use your blush in the corner to add a little warmth to it for transition, but I just love this, and I think it's one of the most perfect trio eyeshadow palettes ever. And so if you're into Smashbox, and I think I got this at TJ Maxx, it was on sale, but they do still sell this in the Smashbox sections of Ulta and also in Sephora. So look for the trio like this, and it's called Nude, and it is a perfect trio. Now, way back when I first started doing YouTube videos in 2013, this was all the rage. This is Physicians Formula, and this is the Healthy Shadow. It's been repackaged in Canyon Classics, and it's 4 shades. There's a light matte, a warm matte, a cool matte, and then kind of a grayish color, grayish bluish color. And same idea, you have the light for the lid, you have either the warm or the cool tone for your center, and then you've got this dark kind of bluish gray for the outsides, and it makes a beautiful eye. It's very inexpensive. After using Viseart and all the expensive palettes, I found that this wasn't as pigmented as I'm really liking, but it's really hard to mess it up at the same time. I don't think it blends as well as other shadows that I've used, so I'm not sure I could recommend it now after knowing what I know now, and a lot of us have learned over the years. We started off kind of dumb, and you walked us through it too. You watched us evolve into whatever it is we are now. Some of us evolve better than others. I'm really liking this, and I was talking about it during that demonstration of using drugstore makeup to make a good basic eye. This is the LA Girl Nudist palette, and this is an outstanding grouping of colors, and the pigmentation is nice, the price is amazing. There's a big mirror here, which I'll just cover the mirror right now so it doesn't reflect back. But you have this beautiful light, these 2 light shades that you can combine and make a nice lid shade, or just use either of the 2. There's a really nice matte transition crease color here. You have a warm tone that you can put on the corners to warm it up, and I am wearing that particular, this eye palette, I'm wearing that today. Then you have like this pretty dark grayish color that you can use towards the end, a dark gray, charcoal gray, that you can use in the very corner, and then there's a really pretty kind of a bronzy looking shade you can line underneath with. This is a really good basic beginner palette. If you don't have a lot of money to invest and you want to have some options, to use shimmer and things like that, this is a great little palette. I don't think it's more than $10, so I think it's a great option. It's LA Girl. Don't confuse that with LA Colors, because they're completely different companies and a different quality aspect. So the Cargo palette has so many nice color options in there, and I think it's an all-around really nice palette, especially with springtime. The teals look very pretty, and in summer they look very pretty. There is a shimmer here that you can put in the center of the eye. There's a light shimmer you can put right underneath your brow bone if you want. It does turn, and you can see it's very strong. It does turn like a holographic yellowy color. It's kind of weird. It turns shades. It's not a light yellow like it appears in the pan. So some of these are kind of very transitional shades. Now on the back it shows demos of 2 different eyes that you can do with the palette. I didn't like either one of them. I'm not sure who they were speaking to with these 2 eyes, but they're really weird. But there's some nice colors in here, and you know, I think I got it in TJ Maxx for like the outrageously low price of like $6.99 or something. It was, and unfortunately I wait until the palettes go to TJ Maxx to buy them. I know they have like the Emerald palette is there, and the World Traveler is there. I think one of the, you know, it was Acapulco or whatever, that one is there. And this is the Namastay in India, and they had a million of them. And they had a couple of the Kat Von D Shade and Lights mixed in with them, which is like, oh my gosh, you know, that's a fabulous palette. The last eye product is this one. This is the Maybelline Tattoo Studio liner in sparkling silver, and they aren't kidding. I put this on just kind of, I don't know what I was thinking, but I put it all over my eye. I like enclosed my whole eye with this color, and it's so strong. Oh my gosh. I was like, oh boy. Yeah, once you put that on there, it stays. I have it right now. I have it just on here in the center. There, the Maybelline Tattoo Studio liners. They're absolutely amazing. Now this isn't my favorite color in this. I like the pale purple one that I got, the pale lavender one that I got better, but if you're into silver liners, holy cow, this works really nicely. I think it's great. And that's the Maybelline Tattoo Studio in the sparkling silver shade. I tried a lot of lip products. What else is new? The lip products, I got this set from Marc Jacobs because I was looking for good nudes, you know, because I just did a special on nude lipstick, so I thought I would try this. And this is the Cream and Sugar set. All of these things are named Cream and Sugar. There's a liner, lip liner, a lipstick, and a cover. And I'll just show you each one of these, what they look like. So cute, the packaging. I love to buy lipsticks like this because I never go through a lipstick. This I think was around $20. It really wasn't expensive. So first the lip liner, and you can twist it up. It is a, you know, twisty. So I'm just going to do the lip liner here, and that's the Cream and Sugar lip liner. And then I'm going to show the lipstick. So cute, it's like little baby packaging. Now this didn't look as good on me on its own, but that is the Cream and Sugar lipstick, and Marc Jacobs lipstick formulas are wonderful. I really like them in general. And then this is the cover, the gloss that goes over the top. I'm just going to put it here so you can see it's kind of a gloss. I'm going to keep the gloss, but when you put the gloss over the lipstick, it makes the lipstick shine really pretty, and it looks like your lips are very healthy and shiny. There is a strong scent. It's a little citrusy, I think, but yeah, it's a nice set. I think for the money, it's a great way to discover Marc Jacobs lip products. Then you can see how you feel about it. The color itself is a little bit off for me. I don't think it's nice enough color for me to keep it, but I do like the lip liner, and I do like the gloss that goes over. So this is a great way to try Marc Jacobs. Line Crime. You know, they've started to straighten themselves out. I think the person who was evil has left that company. So they have, because they had a lot of problems, you know. They were charging people for stuff and not delivering. They they oversold something and then they didn't have enough stock, so people never got their stuff and they never got their money back. So it was, you know, a real mess. So a lot of people boycotted Lime Crime for like a 3-year period. But now, you know, they got a lot of the bad blood out, and they are kind of reforming themselves, and they're kind of trying to build themselves up again under better circumstances. This is Angel Liner. And then this is Cherry Creme. This is a beautiful lip gloss, or lip glass as they call it. So pretty. Lime Crime makes wonderful lip products, and I think they were very famous for them. I think I still have Marshmallow, I'm not sure. But I like, this was a set. Again, you know, you get the little lip liner and the mini lipstick. This is a great way to try out their products. It's very, very hydrating. It looks great. The liner's great. And I do like Lime Crime products a lot. I think their eyeshadows are also very nice. And I'm just sort of slowly, shyly going back to them after that little mishap. I wasn't one of the people they screwed out of money, but I just heard their customer service line was atrocious, really atrocious. I'm not going to throw shade at them because I think they're trying to be better people now, and they are going to be at IMATS, so I will stop over and see what they have. Now MILANI has these toppers, these metallic toppers, and I bought this one. First of all, this is the packaging is so pretty on this. These are Hypnotic lights from MILANI. Now I have shades 01 and 02. This is called Flashing Lights, and I'm not sure what this was called, but Flashing Lights, I'm just going to show you this because it's really quite an amazing topper. Number 2. That's Flashing Lights. It wavers between a pink and an orange. And I'll bring it up close. And this other one, it's just 01 is the color. I'm just going to put it next to it so you can see it. And this is more of a pink and yellow shade. So I'm just going to bring it up real close so you can see them. It's pure glitter on your lips. If you get really close to it and it dries down, it's pure multicolored glitter. So I can't recommend, this light one is awful. It was just awful. It looks like it'd be a nice pretty look, but it was just an exaggerated multi-glitter. And once it dried down, I had my cup of coffee, whatever, I started to see glitter all around my mouth, everything. It was awful. But this one, for some reason, looked better. I put it over kind of a pinkish color, and it really made my lips look pretty, especially out in the sunlight. You know, going out in the sunlight makes the colors a little bit different. I loved this one. So Flashing Lights, which is number 02 of the, what are they calling them? Hypnotic Lights. These are glosses, toppers, lip toppers. Really, really nice. Now I have 3 lip glosses from Jane Iredale, and I can't decide which one I like more. One of them is kind of a lighter neutral shade, one's a pink, and one's more of a corally shade. These are things that you can wear alone, or you can put them over the top of a lipstick. I recommend for this lighter shade that you put it over the top of maybe a nude lipstick, and you'll see some magic there. Well, I'm just going to show you these. This is Pink Glace. This is the light shade. I'm just going to put this here. And you can just barely see it. But on the lips, it's so pretty. Pink Glace. And then this one is called Spiced Peach. This is kind of the corally one. I'm just going to put it right next to it, and I'll show you in a second here. Be patient. And this third one is called Blossom, and this is kind of the pinkish shade. These are really pretty on their own. I've worn both on their own without any lipstick underneath. Okay, so let me show you these close up. absolutely beautiful. Now, if you have just a plain lipstick, this over the top, right here, is just beautiful. It's just gorgeous. And then this is the Spiced Peach. This is a really pretty neutral, fresh color. This just screams spring to me. It's just beautiful. And then this one is Blossom. This is the pink shade. Has a little more pigment than the other two, I believe. This just looks gorgeous on as well. So if you're more cool tone, you may like using this, but I just think it's really pretty. For spring, these are just gorgeous. Any three of these I'd recommend. My favorite is the one in the middle, the Spiced Peach. I think it's just fabulous. I did do recently a special on nude lipsticks, and somebody in the comments said that Baddest Beige was their favorite color, and I thought I had it, and I did. I had it in my giveaway box. This is Baddest Beige from Maybelline, and it's actually an extremely light shade of beige. And it's a light shade. Out in the sunlight, it's very pretty, but it's very light. It's not going to add a lot of pigment color to your lips. It didn't make my cut for the nude lipsticks, not because of the formulation, which is beautiful, but the color just didn't do anything for me. It wasn't bright enough, it didn't brighten up my face enough, and it wasn't, there just wasn't enough color here. It was a little too light for me. So Baddest Beige from Maybelline is a pretty color, a wonderful formulation. This formula is just probably one of their best. But this was number shade 50, just a little bit light for me. And for somebody else, it's perfect, but for me, it looked a little 1972. So I did have the Baddest Beige, but it didn't make the cut. Also not making the cut was Smarty Pants from, I think this is Pure. Is this Pure? Yeah, Pure Cosmetics. This was on sale at Kohl's, so I wanted to try it. I do use it as a topper. It's very pretty. It's very moist looking. So it's a good neutral lip topper, and that is from Pure Cosmetics. And it's on sale, I think, right now for like $3.99, $4.99 at Kohl's in their clearance rack. So if you're looking for a nice lip topper that has a little substance to it, that is the Chrome Glaze from Pure. Really, really nice. So that pretty much does it for me. I hope if any of you are in the New York area, I'm going to be at Pier 94, which is the IMATS convention. You have to buy your tickets in advance. I think the tickets are around $45 to $65 depending. They did have a big sale on them recently. Of course, after everybody buys their tickets, they put them on sale. I don't believe they've sold out yet for Saturday, and I will be there just on Saturday. So maybe I'll see you. Come on up and say hello. I don't bite. I'm real friendly, and I hope I see you there. I will definitely be vlogging from IMATS, so I will show you what it's like to be there. I did vlog a couple years ago, and I'll put that video up top. It's an interesting experience. It is not really geared towards people who are over 40. I was one of 6 people last time who was over 40. Everybody else was you know, 30 and under. It was all mostly teenagers and young 20s. The people who were selling the stuff were over 30, but the people who were buying were not. So they focus everything, I think, more on the younger people. So it's an interesting time. I mean, you'll see some celebrities there. There's a lot of other YouTubers that are going to be there. I know Jen from Jen Loves Makeup Reviews. She's going to be there, and a few other people will be there, I'm sure. It is New York City. I'm a little nervous about driving there, but I probably will be bringing the shadow up. So I hope if I don't see you there, you will see a vlog from there. And Game of Thrones starts next Sunday. I can't wait. I'm just so excited. We've been waiting for this for quite a while, and Bud and I are working on some skits that we're going to do when the makeup comes in. So it's going to be a lot of fun. I hope all of you are having a wonderful week and have a beautiful day. Take care. Toodles.